त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्माम् अमृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। So Maharaj, why are you laughing, eh? Yes, I am not laughing. What does it? Whatever obvious lies. Yes, I am not laughing. What does it mean? Okay. Jitendra has a question that you are Jitendra Sheshgiri.
Maharaj, this last lecture was a little confusing. So the ritualistic and the meditative. So is it something to do with Krama Mukti and Vaideya Mukti, or is that separate from these two, where these two lead?
In fact, in that there is no concept of total mukti. It's just they will go to heaven and stay in Prakriti Lina. Even if they are worshippers of nature, they will be merged in Prakriti. But mukti will not be there. They will have to be reborn to practice sadhana to have the mukti. So that's not even Krama Mukti, they're lesser than Krama Mukti. Actually, these two processes, as it has been told, is vidya and avidya. So we're talking that Swamiji clarified that it is about the theory and practice. So vidya is theory and the avidya or the karma kanda is practice. When they are done together, then there is fruit. Whatever fruit is there, that is the fruit. So fruit is not mukti. From that mukti will not happen. But whatever many people want that, it will be that pravritti will be there. There will be progress in life and prosperity will come in life. After that also they will come good after life. After death also life will be better. After that life. That is about that sadhana. It's more about the pravritti sadhana. It's not nishriyasa mukti, but it is other mukti. Mukti means not nishriyasa path, but it is pravritti lakshana path. So that is
combination of the meditative path also doesn't give mukti.
That meditation is also not meditation on absolute. That meditation on some God for some desires. That is meditation with desires. So not desireless meditation. It is not even any of yoga. So that is for those people who want less than mukti. For those people also there is path in even the Upanishads. That's in the Veda there is the path for that. So in this Upanishad it has been said that way. Not even that meditation also with desire, rituals also with desire. Ritual done, if those who perform rituals or avidya, so they will go to darker. They will do rituals without even understanding what does it mean, only with some great desire. So there is lack of understanding in avidya. In Vidya also, without doing any ritual, they directly start doing Vidya. Then because they have not performed the karma kanda, so they will not reap the fruit. They will go to darker, greater darkness, that's why it is said. But when both are done together, it will have the desired fruit, whatever is fruit that can give. Not the highest emancipation, but what the mostly people want, that they can get by that.
Can I add a
Yes, Maharaj, yes, Maharaj, yes, Maharaj, yes, Maharaj.
Those 6 verses, first about the avidya, and practicing them together. Independently, if you practice, then they have their own separate results. But when you practice them together, they lead to a good result. Similarly, about the sambhuti and asambhuti. It is, in plain language, it could be told as the cause and the effect. They only cause automatically will mean effect too. It is, but both are to be understood. It is and so understand the cause, and then for that desired effect, act on it. That cause becomes effect then. So separately known, it doesn't lead to any proper result or the desired result. Both become useless. Like your car without gasoline is useless, and only gasoline, no car, that also is useless. Both when combined properly, then both of them lead to their results.
So my question is, that which cannot be described and cannot be known in any way is perceived as existence only. When you perceive it, isn't it a subject-object relationship?
A question me to him?
No, to you, Swami.
Oh.
That which cannot be described and cannot be known in any way is perceived as existence only.
Yes. It is that which cannot be described, because it is all the instruments of description, they end much before that level.
So when you say perceived, who is perceiving it?
There is that perceived is, now there is no perceiver separate from the process of perception.
Oh, okay.
So that is that kind of that perceiving means experiencing without a particularized experiencer. So that therefore defies all description. So that is what is hinted there. Yeah. Oh, you have a question?
Maharaj, in that Isha Upanishad, why after starting at cover everything with God and going and describing about Brahman, suddenly they're again talking about this, the rituals and other things. Like, what is the reason they're coming back to that? If a person starts by reading this Upanishad, would they want this?
So some Upanishad gradually they take forward their teaching and go to the highest culmination, but Isha Upanishad is special. First verse itself is the highest culmination of their message. And yet they wanted to have, after saying that about all how to realize Brahman, then they said something that can be more practical for many people like that. So it is more comprehensive Upanishad that can fulfill the wishes of more people, those even who do not want only liberation by having the Brahma Jnana. For those who want to have this karma kanda and also heaven, they desire. Many people are there who desire to heaven, as I told. So for them also this Upanishad has something to say. So that is what it is said. And actually Veda is made that way. They say Veda is first you do rituals and then you do meditation, then you do forest life, then you Upanishad is the final thing. Gradual progress in our spiritual world. That is how it is made, the Vedas are made. Those who do not do ritual, those rituals are not now done as it is said, that meditation on vidya or meditation on Sambhuti, it is not done mostly, it is not changed. Now this is Upasana Paddhati. But that was the basic plan of Veda. So they will begin from rituals and they will purify their mind, and slowly after rituals will come mantras and meaning of those, and then finally will come to Upanishad or Jnana Kanda. Finally, few of them will, those who like to have real liberation. I think that's why it came afterwards. More than anything, why they made it afterwards?
One important thing that he had indicated, I think, today was that this Upanishad forms the part of Samhita. And therefore, although it is Upanishad, it tells the highest truth, how to realize it, what will be the effects of realizing it. All those are told very well. Now again it is Samhita part, and therefore the question comes about the mantras and the rituals and where do they lead. All those questions do appear, and therefore to deal with them, actually these 6 verses and then the last 2 verses, Agne Naya Supatha Raye Asman, that he didn't get time to take them up. So it is, they seem to refer to there are ways that you gradually evolve. Your understanding evolves gradually. In the process, as some very fortunate souls, they get to have that jijnasa, that inquiry into the nature of the truth, that yes, going to heaven, as he was describing, you go to heaven, but a very important point that he made, there is no evolution in heaven. It is always, you remain the same. And so one questions, what is it? It is enjoying, as described in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna, that you go for vacation, carry some money to spend for vacation. Now when the money is over, you again come back and start your paychecks. So it is whatever work, I mean. So it is like that, that after spending this time in heaven, you again come back, and perchance somebody starts thinking, what did I get after going to that heaven after all? Was it worth? And then the answer, honest answer comes, no. Then I want to get liberated. How to get liberated? Then there are 2 ways told. One is they called like Sadhyo Mukti, or immediately by knowledge you get liberated. The other path is told as Krama Mukti, means you go to the highest evolution keeping this subject and object awareness intact, and that is called the Brahma Loka. They reach the highest at the subject-object level, where the whole universe, you become identified with Brahma, not with Brahman, with Brahma. So that is the Brahma Loka. And then from Brahma Loka, if you have that spiritual desire, as it were, intact, then there you perform more sadhana and then use that as a launching pad to realize the God. But otherwise, by spending your time in Brahmaloka, again you come down. Bhagavad Gita is a bit, the interpretation is a bit confusing there. Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartino Arjuna, that up to all Brahma lokas, every loka is where you have to again come back from there. They are not permanent. Now many ask this question, is Brahma, up to Brahma Loka means does it include Brahma Loka, or only up to Brahma Loka it doesn't include Brahma Loka? So it is hotly debated between scholars. But one very scholarly Swami, he gave some explanation to me that it all depends that whether there is this what is called ahangraha upasana. When you go to Brahma Loka, if you have this understanding that actually I am the Atman, and you have been worshipping on this truth, then even after going to Brahma Loka, your upasana or the practice continues, and then after Brahma Loka is done, then that is, you get liberated by that, because you have gone with the means there. So it is, and those who didn't go there with this means, they again come back. So that is how the different ways are told. It is but quite intriguing because of the archaic language, and Shankara's commentary is also not very clear on that. So
Those who come back, Maharaj, are they Jivan Muktas when they come back? Or
no, they do not, are not necessary. They are baddhas. They are in bondage. And they are not the Jivan Muktas.
Are they like Tom Cruise? Do they come back like?
Pardon? Huh?
Do they come back like Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise? I don't know what is Tom Cruise. Huh? No, but why that particular actor?
Just funny. As like you get to choose like where you land when you come down.
You don't get to choose. Your karmas choose it.
Swamiji, I have a question. When some practice in Avidya, they go to the darker world, right? So, is there any chance they can come again and practice the Vidya?
Definitely, there even the Vidya, those who practice alone, they will go to still darker world. That Vidya is not our Vidya of knowledge of Brahman. That Vidya is meditation or upasana on smaller gods with desires. So that Vidya doesn't take you to ultimate, but finally there is chance for everyone. Even those who go to Brahmaloka, they can come and practice here. Even those who go to Prakriti Lina, they also can become Mukta. Mukti is for everyone. It is not somebody's thing. Everyone will have Mukti, says Swami Vivekananda.
So they will
Come back and, of course, definitely,
start again.
definitely.
Because that is our true nature after all.
Yes.
No, I have already finished. Huh? Oh, that Trupti, okay.
Namaskar, Swamijis.
Namaskar.
My question is, besides the spiritual practices that we wish to complete, how can we attach our mind to any God, or just God, or Brahman, or Paramatma, when we're conducting our daily responsibilities?
That is what we need to do as spiritual aspirants. I had been telling yesterday, today also, previous day also, that it is spiritual practice means trying to see the spirit, that which is unchanging. So whenever we see anything, we work anything, there are these two aspects, changing aspect and unchanging aspect. Try to hold on to unchanging aspect, that is spiritual practice. It is like I was telling earlier, that you are not seeing Yogatmananda, but you are seeing the God in the form of Yogatmananda. You are not seeing your mom only, but it is the God appearing as your mom. So becoming aware of that constantly, whatever work you are doing, that is then the spiritual practice. And for facilitating that, you have to do the japam and meditation regularly. Yeah. Maharaj, you want to add anything? Huh? He has a question today, not comment. You can sit, you can sit and speak. Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to ask you, because I'm wondering why karma theory is so much emphasized, because actually Bhagavad Gita, everybody says that you are not the doer. If I am not the doer, then how can it be my karma?
We are not the doer, but by mistake we think we are doer. That's why karma clings us.
Okay, so that means it's an ignorance.
Yes,
Karma theory,
because
whole
of
karma
ignorance.
theory is in ignorance, right?
Because of ignorance, karma comes to us. If we work knowingly that we are not the doer, then no karma will cling to us.
Yeah, thank you very much, because everywhere I go, they keep on emphasizing karma theory, but they never say that, hey, look, you are not the doer, find that out. There is never any discussion about that. And then the rebirth, the reincarnation, and all that. To me, I think that, anyway, now I'm going to say in all humility, I will say something that I've understood. Then you can give me your...
Yeah, but if somebody has questions, let them ask first.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Anybody has any question?
Yeah, I can wait until the last.
Yeah.
Maharaj Pranam. So, as Gyaneshwar Maharaj is telling Changdev that when you see in the mirror, you see yourself, seer and seen, and the experience all gets dissolved. That means you see, basically he is trying to drive home the point that you are seeing consciousness itself. So as we know, the entire world is nothing, or whatever we see, universe even, nothing but consciousness, and everything is born out of that and dissolves into that. But in our day-to-day feeling, we don't realize that. Though we understand that, but we don't realize that we are seeing ourselves only in table, chair, in mountain, in ocean, everything ourselves only. So, how to feel that? Do you feel that first of all our mind should be more clean, desire etc. should go, and then only we'll be able to realize this? Or after realizing this, those things will automatically vanish?
After realizing, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It is, you will not ask this question, okay? And then how to do it in our day-to-day life? Practice. just try to see this, that you are in everything is just your reflection. This is how you think and put it in practice. It is putting in practice means whatever you understand, that is to be put in practice. Not that theory is one thing and practice is something else. What you theoretically understand has to be put in experience, that is the practice. So this is truth, that you alone are in all these forms, they are your reflections. It is this, just as it is your reflection in one body, and so also you see that same in other bodies, because this is truth. Now try to experience it. It is like that, it is how do you experience that this is sandesh and it is sweet? How do you experience it? By looking and meditating.
By tasting it.
So taste that. That is, all this is Brahman. All this is the same I in all these forms. That is why all these analogies are given, that everybody has the same name, I am. You cannot dispute that. That is because you are in everyone, you can communicate also. And there has to be some common platform to communicate. And that is our true nature. We are actually same.
So we need to try consciously, basically.
Yes, and know that that is sadhana. Not sitting 3 times or 4 times alone is sadhana. Please don't get me wrong.
That
Don't
is required
sit.
to be done. That is required to be done.
That has to be done.
Yes.
Otherwise you will say, no, Swami said that that is not sadhana, I don't need to do that. No.
That is first and foremost.
That is to be done, but that is not, although it is necessary, it is not sufficient.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
This Bhaskar has a question.
Pranam Swamiji. Day 1, Swamiji, you mentioned that Jagat Mithya, and one of the senior Swamiji said at the end, finally, Jagat Satyam. Under what context is it that he reached the final state where there is no definition of anything, where there is no difference between Jnanam and Jnani, only the Tattvam remains?
So, Jagat, as we see, like Mithya means ever changing, in his awareness at that time, all this changing phenomenon has vanished. And he finds everything soaked with God, that consciousness. And Jagat, this idam, Purnam idam, that's what the Purnam idam is. So it's for him that experience of Purnam idam, or everything has become Brahman, that has come to him at that time. That great revelation he expressed at the last moment of his life, that Brahma Satyam, Jagat Satyam. Jagat we call Mithya, that's what the thing is there. Today we're talking about the screen and movie analogy, and also mirror analogy. Two types of things. In screen and movie analogy, everything that we see in this Jagat is just like appears, but screen is real, but this is all unreal. It just changes, it is not, there is no basis of it. But in mirror analogy, you are real and you see your reality in everything reflects. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. That Sarvam khalu idam Brahma is more emphasized. When Swami Turiyanji says Brahma Satyam, Jagat Satyam, that is from the point of view is Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. Everything he perceives as the Brahman. Where is Mithya here? Everything is Satyam. All is Brahman. Brahman, little something is colored, something is changing, something human, something squirrel, some temples, but all is Brahman. He could see the very basis of every form and name as the Brahman itself. So he said from realization. So what he had realized, that is our now practice to realize that everything that we perceive is Brahman. Nothing is there that is not God. So you call it God, call it Brahman, everything is divine. Just try to not be diverted by the differences, rather see the divinity that is pulsating in everyone, in everything. So that will be closer to God. That's why he said that profound truth, that Brahma Satyam, Jagat Satyam. Mithya is when we are often attached and attracted to this form and name. So that has first to be removed. This form and name are not real. Don't be attracted to this. So that's why Jagat Mithya that time is needed. But when maturity comes, then Jagat Satyam, because that doesn't create any impression on your mind. Whatever is form looks like the divine form of God in various ways. When you see the image of Krishna and Rama and Durga, whatever you see, it attracts us so much. That variety doesn't disturb us. Rather, we enjoy seeing God in different forms. Like even if you can enjoy God in different religions, different God worshipped in different religions, different name of God, and so that way, when we get mature and we become immune from being attached or attracted by this world, so that time comes, everything becomes enjoyable, lovable, inspirable and divine and respectable. So that's the stage.
Any other question? Mahamaya had asked, now Maya has a question.
Swamiji, what is Abhinivesh? And also, you're talking about avidya, asmita, raga and dvesha. I mean, is this to be handled with by discrimination or discernment?
No, Abhinivesh is tremendous tenacity with which we cling to this life. In spite of all this pain, it is, although the hand is burning holding the hot pan, still we are not able to let it go, thinking then that pan will be lost. So similarly, although there is constant pain, still we do not let it go, hold on to it, cling to it. That is called Abhinivesh. These are the 5 torments described by Patanjali, that avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh and Abhinivesh.
When we think, then we think by
Just
discernment.
speak in the microphone.
So, to handle it, how we say this is not true, or avidya, and by discernment we have to work towards it?
Yes, discernment, when you know something as not true, then it automatically drops off. It is only when, like I was giving the example of a fake bill. If it is fake bill, whether it is $100 or whether there are tens of $100, it makes no sense. You do not hold on to it at all. You just put it in trash. So it is only because we think it to be real that we do not give it up. If you know that it is not real, and that is how you, by discernment, you know that it is not real, then you lose all attraction for it. It is only because it appears to be real, my body is real, my spouse is real, my Gulbarga is real, my children, Gulbarga is not real, Kalburgi is real, isn't it? Okay. So that is real. So it is all, when you see that it is unreal, then you lose all interest in it. And then it is given up automatically. Otherwise, practice. In addition to Viveka, therefore, there is Vairagya to be practiced too. That it is, okay, let me separate myself from it. Although I don't really want to give up, still let me see. Therefore, Thakur said, for some time at least, stay in seclusion, stay away from the family and all that. Practice that. I know you are practicing it, but that will give you the conviction that it is not real. And thus it will drop down. Yeah. Swamiji, any?
No, that's fine. That's the thing.
Any other question around? Adi Maharaj has a question.
This is simpler than my question yesterday, or less convoluted.
Yeah, not about Satyaloka and...
No, I didn't ask about that.
Satya Yuga, huh?
That was at lunch, yeah, but I meant in...
Okay.
in verse 12 in Changadeva, he mentions that everything is a variety of appearances, which are all manifestations, and we have these Marathi or Sanskrit words, Basati and Prakasha. I was wondering if you could go into those two words a little bit.
Yes, it is. It is all the light that one is experiencing. Say, when I am seeing Adi Maharaj, or I am seeing Vitthal, or Bhaskar, or Rajgopal, what actually is coming to me is light only. One way that light is perceived gets called Adi Maharaj. Another way that light it appears as Bhaskar. So, but it is all only light, isn't it? So to know that it is all light or consciousness, further you understand it as consciousness. Physically speaking, you can see that it is all light. There is no difference really. You are seeing only the light. So the the variations in light that you give the names, but it is after all the light only. So that is the analogy given there. So the light alone is being perceived. So know that that alone is real. Samvitti, that prakash or the manifested consciousness, that alone is real. Yeah. Okay, no further questions. So Pratap, you can tell your story in 2 minutes. Only 3 minutes. Yeah. You can sit and speak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just my understanding, with your feedback and all that. when we grow up from childhood, we become the product of our environment. In other words, mind gets conditioned from growing up by people saying us, you are like this, you are like that, you are beautiful, you are not that handsome, you are dumb, you are scholar, all those things that we hear from the people, that generation that lived before and generation that is living now, and some of our own ads and some all the things, then we become uh, conditioned, and in the sense that mind becomes conditioned. And the conditioning, by that what I mean is that we have that our own image perceived by us, because we hear and listen and smell and taste and all those things are perceiving presence, like you were saying, yeah, perceiving. And a raw perception of seeing, hearing, and all those things goes and given to the mind, and the mind will objectify that, because people, including me, is in my mind as the image of myself. And around that image of myself, there are so many other people's image also, and objects, and the functional knowledge and everything. But my mind is kind of a fragmented, I can say, between me versus not me. All of the people that I hold in mind. And they are all perceptions. And that's why they are thoughts, perceived thoughts with likes and dislikes also added to that. So if that is the case, then we live kind of a prisoner in the mind. And when we hear from somebody outside some words, then we think it violates me, but actually it's an image that is violating, right? So I get hurt because my image got hurt. So that kind of a thing is a reason for little suffering and all those things, because I don't know that I'm living in the world. I think I'm relating to the person outside, but the person who tells me all the words is also in my mind. Like he is always like that. He is always telling me this. And there is no other way. I'm not saying this is the only way we live, because we don't have access to other minds. Only this particular mind, which is conditioned, which is divided so much between me and not me. And all the thoughts and everything is a me or mine. So in this way, if we live, then there is definitely the world is this mind's world is our prison in which Pratap lives as. So when we know that that is true, and that's the only way we out of our relationship with other people and what we have heard from the Samaj, society, and the image is built, and this image we take it as a real. And that when you say, just like you said, when you take the false as real, that's a problem. If you see false as false, that's the truth. And when you see the truth, it sets you free also. So the reason is right there. You cannot get rid of the images. You cannot get rid of, because functional knowledge of medicine and all those things are very, very important that we can share with other people. They also have their minds and like that. So knowing this very much, that it is so, when I know, I can find freedom from that in spite of that, because we cannot get rid of it, because 80%, 60, 70% is a functional knowledge. So is this that I presented at my understanding, and the reason for my hurt, my suffering, and all those things are the psychological content of the mind, which is nationality and opinion and a belief and religion and caste and all those things have created me as an Indian real and all that thing. That is the main reason for our suffering. And when the suffering happens, the nature of suffering is only thoughts. Why it happened to me? Why did he do that? Why do it? Other than that, there is no suffering, because somebody has done already something, and now I'm saying, why he did that? Why he did that? So I'm resisting something that has already happened, and the resisting is also not a problem, but the resistor is a problem. What? Okay.
Lakshmi